Hi stars, welcome back to my channel. This is Citlaly. For today's makeup look, I decided to go in with this beautiful half cut crease, super cute, super dramatic. And I created this look with the James Charles's palette. I decided, to just unleash my inner artist. But anyway, if you guys want to achieve this look, you guys already know what to do. Hi guys, as you guys can see, I already did my brows, primed my face, and did the left eye off camera, so let's just get started. Like I said before, to prime my eyes, I went in with the Maybelline Master Concealer in the shade number 50, and I used the Morphe M410 brush to apply that. The brushes I'm using today are all from the James Charles collection, just in case you guys are wondering. And then to buff that out, I went in with another Morphe brush, which is the M173 brush. I also used the same brush to set my eyes with the banana powder from the Wet n Wild Contrain palette. Alright guys, so as you guys know, the eyeshadow palette I'm using today is the James Charles in collaboration with the Morphe palette. And the first shade I go in with is called Skip, and I just grabbed an M441 brush and just applied the shade on the outer edge of my eye, and then slowly just started blending it into my crease. The next shadow I go in with is called Single, and I grabbed an M433 brush and I just did the exact same thing I did before, which was apply the shadow on the outer edge and then slowly blend it into my crease. After that, I do go back with the M441 brush. I don't apply any more shadow to it. I just, used it to blend out the edges. The third shadow I went in with is called Escape, and I grabbed an M456 brush and I just applied this shadow mostly on the outer edge of my eye, and I just made sure to be a little more precise with this when taking it up to the crease. I didn't want the shadow to completely cover up the other two shadows I had used. I just wanted to deepen up the crease a little bit. To cut my crease, I went in with my Makeup Forever Full Coverage Concealer, and I used the M224 brush to do so. After cutting my crease, I went back in with the shade called Escape, and I used the same brush as before, which was the M456 brush. I'm just going to be applying this shade on the outer edge of my eye to kind of blend the edges out a little bit so it doesn't look like too harsh, and like the transition from one shade to the next looks just nice and clean. The next shadow I went in with is called Brother, and I used the M152 brush to apply that with. I did apply it on my lid right next to the shade called Escape, and then I went back and forth with these two shadows to kind of blend it out a bit. The only reason I went in with the shade called Brother was because I am gonna apply a different shadow on top of that. I was just kind of using this as a base. I'll explain more about that once I get to that point. But anyway, the next shadow I go in with is called Hello, and once again I went in with the M152 brush to apply that with. This brush collection does include multiples, as I'm sure you guys already know, which is just very convenient, and it saves a lot of time, which I love. But anyway, then I went in with the shade called Artistry, and I applied it right on top of the shade called Brother. The reason I did this is because James Charles did say that this shadow works best when there's like when it's applied on top of a different shadow. So I used Brother as like a base, and then I went in with this shadow, and it just looked beautifully, so I was just really happy. But anyway, I then went in with the black shade called Spooky, and I used an M124 brush to apply that with. And I mostly focused this on the outer edge of my eye, and just made sure to be a little, you know, like careful and precise, just because this black shadow is really pigmented, so I didn't want to mess up the look. For eyeliner, today I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline liquid eyeliner, and I'm not creating a cat line. I'm just applying a little bit of liner on top of my lash line, just to kind of prepare it for when I apply the lashes. And after I do that, I do go back in with the shade called Spooky, and I just apply a little bit more on the outer edge of my eye, just to kind of blend the kind of the cat line with the shadows, so it doesn't look like harsh. After that was done, I went in with my favorite mascara, which is the Rimmel London Scandalized Mascara. And the lashes I used today are the same lashes I've been using for a while now, and they're in the style Mink, and I'll be leaving the rest of the description down below. You guys already know, I don't even know how to say the brand name, so I'll just leave the information down below for you guys, like always. For foundation, today I'm going to be mixing in the CoverGirl True Blend foundation in the shade T30 and the Milani foundation, and this is number 2. I mixed them in together just to create, you know, the perfect shade for my skin. And you know, then I just applied it, and to blend it out, I did use the Morphe Beauty Sponge that came in the James Charles brush collection. Okay guys, so today I was gonna try to do the cream contour, and I thought this Maybelline concealer was going to be dark enough, but it wasn't, so it didn't turn out that great. But you know, I tried it out anyway. I'm probably just gonna go exchange it for a darker one, just to, you know, kind of keep on trying with the whole like contour situation. But yeah, anyway, for concealer, I used obviously Maybelline concealers, and this one is the Better Skin concealer in the shade number 20. The other one, I'm not really sure what number it is, so I'm just gonna like leave it in the description down below because I'm too lazy to go check. To set my face, like always, I'm gonna go in with my Laura Mercier setting powder. I then went in with the shade called Brother again, and I grabbed the M152 brush again, and I applied it on the outer part of my lower lash line. After that, I do go in with the shade called Social Blade, and I used an M431 Morphe brush to apply that shade on the lower lash line as well. I do apply right next to the shade called Brother, and then I just kept going back and forth with these two shades to blend it out nicely, and then, you know, just so the transition from one shade to the other will look nice and neat. To finish off the eye look, I went in with the shade called B, and I applied it on the inner corner and dragged it a little bit downwards, and then, you know, just went back and forth with the shade B and Social Blade just to make sure everything was well blended, like always. I then went back in with my Rimmel London Scandalized Mascara, and I applied it on my lower lashes. And then the eye look was done. For bronzer, today I'm using the Hoola Bronzer by Benefit. Oh, and by the way, I used the Morphe E4 brush to bronze up my face. This brush was actually really nice. I feel like I just needed a really good brush for my bronzer for it to start looking a little better. So it definitely did look better, but I still want to find, I don't know, the perfect bronzer for me, which I haven't. So if you guys have any recommendations, please just let me know in the comments down below. Oh, and then to contour my nose, I used the Morphe E62 brush. This brush is really like nice. I really liked it, and I don't know, I just want to get better at the whole contouring type like thing, so hopefully I start seeing better results soon. But yeah, to bake my face, I went back in with the Laura Mercier setting powder, and I used the Morphe beauty sponge to do so, and then I went in with the Morphe E4A brush and I applied it like under my eyes just to bake there too, and this brush was perfect to do so. It's just the perfect brush for that. It's very precise and I just loved it. For blush today, like always, I'm gonna go in with my Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso, and I used the Morphe M405 brush to apply the blush with. And after that, I just took the excess powder off with the Morphe M527 brush. I then wanted to create like freckles around my face, so I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Medium Brown, and I grabbed an M2501 brush and I just started like, dotting, making like little dots all over my face. After this, I do go in with the Maybelline liquid eyeliner to create like darker freckles, I guess you could say. I've seen James Charles do this and I just love how his freckles always look like. So I kind of wanted to try it out, and it didn't look bad, it looked good, so I liked it, and I'm probably gonna be doing this more often. I then went in with my highlight, which is the Fenty Beauty highlight in the shade Hustler Baby, and then I grabbed the shadow called Face from James Charles's palette, and I went over the highlight I already had applied with that shade, and it just looked really good. I really liked it. Oh, and by the way, I used the Morphe M501 brush to apply the highlight. For lipstick today, I'm going in with the L'Oreal matte lipstick in the shade 982, and I just grabbed a random flat brush to kind of outline my lips first, because I find it hard to do so with these kind of lipsticks. I think it's much easier with liquid lipsticks. But anyway, after applying this lipstick, I then went in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills matte lipstick in the shade Stunch, and I applied it like in the middle of my lips just to create kind of that ombre effect. I'm not really sure how to explain it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I really like this combination, so I'm probably going to be doing this way more often. Alright guys, well this is the final look. I'm so obsessed with this look. This palette is just beautiful. It's amazing. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like always, I had so much fun making this for you guys. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Help me reach 150 subscribers. That way you guys have an opportunity to win $100. So we're only like 40 subscribers away. We could do it, guys. You guys will have an opportunity to win $100. So share around with friends. But anyway, thank you so much for watching once again, and I'll see you guys in my next video.